God is good all the time. Welcome, friends, to 3 Minutes with Father Al. I'd like to tell you about a little monastery in southern Italy, probably in the Middle Ages. And there were 12 monks and an abbot, and they had a very warm and friendly community life, but they had one problem. Their singing was terrible. So the abbot prayed, "Lord, help us to sing better so that when we chant the Psalms, it is a glorious offering to you." One day, this Dominican friar came by and said, I can help your guys with their singing. And the abbot said, "That's great. The Easter Vigil is coming and we need all the help we can get." So the Dominican friar worked diligently with each and every monk and brought them together to practice in choir. Well, when Easter Vigil came, everything was perfect. Not one note was out of place. Not one note was out of tune. It was just perfection itself. After the vigil, the abbot was alone in the church, and he looked up at the crucifix and said, "Jesus, wasn't that wonderful? Wasn't our singing beautiful?" And Jesus replied, "I didn't hear anything. You were so focused on perfection that you forgot to pray." And my friends, our liturgy is anything but mechanistic. Of course, we want to have all the moving parts working well, but what gives the celebration of Mass coherence? Love. And the more love we invest into the celebration of Mass, the more glorious our liturgies will be. Pope Francis says, "The moral and religious life cannot be reduced to an anxious and forced obedience. There are people who seek to fulfill the commandments in an anxious or forced manner, and Jesus helps us understand that our religious life cannot be reduced to obedience, but must have love as its precept. To love God and to love neighbor, that is the perfection of God's law." God bless you, and see you in church.